let's take this out and you'll see some magic happen. There we go. So today's video is going to be all about the hidden ponytail wolf cut. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you much for being here. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting the channel. We've just gone over 150,000 subscribers. I want to try and hit 200,000 subscribers this year. So let's try and do that. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you think about this video. So today's video is going to be all about the hidden ponytail wolf cut. It is trending right now on my channel, and I just want to bring you a bit more of an in-depth version of it to show you why I did it and how we do it. So let's get into it. Here is the mannequin. You're probably thinking, yep, we've seen this, Paul. 2 ponytails. What's so hidden about that? So the secret is there's hidden ponytails in here. So I'm going to cut, pull the bobbles out, and then 2 ponytails appear like magic. So in the salon, when we were doing the haircut, we would bring this up and it's known as forward graduation or long graduation. And what it does is we are able to over direct the hair, which means it comes from here up to here, elevated into the middle, and then we cut it. So this is stretched up to here, which means the perimeter is going to stay longer and internally it's going to be shorter. Same here. This is all taken up. We cut it internally, which is close to the head, is going to be shorter, but the perimeter is going to be longer. But when we're in salon, we get to refine it. We get to add these little aspects, which is why when you're going to a salon, the haircuts are so much better, cleaner, crisper. Although you might not agree, depending if you've found the hairdresser that you've created a relationship with and understands your wants and needs. So with these videos, I really like to explore these because it really opens the eyes of young hairdressers, understanding, okay, so if I cut that to there, and then we pull it out and there's another ponytail, that's another section, like we would in salon. That's a complete another section that we could potentially put a fringe in, or we could take shorter or leave disconnected. Same as on the back. So I'm going to get straight into the video just to show you exactly what we can achieve. So there we have it, 1 ponytail, 2 ponytail, comb, scissors. Let's get straight into it. So elevation creates softness. So if we elevate it right up here, we know that line is going to be very soft. Or if we bring it right down here and we cut it, we're going to get a very strong blunt line. But somewhere in the middle, we're going to have something that's a little bit softer but maintains the weight, and that is where we're going to cut from. So when we look for a guide, this is going to be these pieces here that cascade around the face, so face framing layers. So where we want our shortest pieces to be on this one, we could say around about the chin. Would you say? Let me know in the comments. Where would you go? So we're going to go chin here. We're going to pull straight out. Just going to keep that to there. I could blunt cut it, which would be a very strong, heavy line, or I can point cut. And what point cut is, it is using the points of my scissors to achieve the haircut. And what this will do, it will achieve a softer line because we aren't taking off in one. We are slowly chipping away at the underneath, or the section, creating a softer line. So again, I'm just working through, keeping that hair nice and 90 degrees to the floor, using the floor as a reference today, pulling straight out from the head, but parallel to the floor. There we go. Just clean up, just so we can get that line nice and parallel. And there we go. So that is our first section done. That's how short we're going to have these beautiful layers around the face. Let's spin around and then let's bring this up. And what I'm going to use as a guide for today is, because we want to keep most of the length, I can see those pieces just there. So that is the length of the hair, but I want to thicken that up. I want there to be more volume to that and more density. So I'm going to find that guide, which is there, and I'm going to come an inch above it, because I know all of this weight is going to fall into the length, but also creating layers. Again, straight up to the ceiling, just point cutting through there. Now, if we were doing this in salon, we would simply do this section by section. So section down the middle, up, 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 bringing that hair up to the middle until we're left with no more hair, and it just falls down like that. So let's take this out and you'll see some magic happen. There we go. So there is one of the hidden ponytails that I was talking about. Let's just straighten it up because it's moved a little bit when we've been cutting. And again, if you want to see the magic again, ready? There we go. And I'm going to show you what I did with the sectioning. But I just want you to see how we've created the wolfy vibes. So nice, heavy, sort of like floaty layers. I know there are things that go opposite, but wolf cuts are heavy and you've got this sort of floatiness, which is what we do when we are elevating and how we're cutting to create that. But first of all, what we did, we just split the hair into two. So high point of the head to behind the ear, as you can see there. And then I looked at the front ponytail first, just so I could get a bit of a guide. And I thought about when we put fringes in the salon, we normally work corner of the brow, corner of the brow. So that's where my ponytail is today. From the corner of the brow, it goes back just to a point right at where the high point of the head is. So where we take that section from, that's where that ponytail goes to, and then corner of the brow, recession, recession. Same with the back. It works from the high point section that we put in, but then I just take it down to an inch above the occipital bone through there, and that's where that sits. And the reason for this is because when we're in salon and we are cutting this and we're thinking, oh, we want a little bit more weightiness around the front, maybe a bit more of a fringe through this back, we want to maybe disconnect the crown area to create a bit more volume. And what we would do, we would section out some little pieces like this, and we would just take them shorter, and then just to connect, if we wanted to, we could take out like that and then connect, but we don't want to. Wolf cuts are disconnected. They're technically disconnected, which means that there is a disconnection in there, but because of how the haircuts are worn, there's a visual connection. And what I mean by that is it looks blended. So that's the difference. Right, let's just start at this back and see where we want to go. So I know if I take that off, that's a fair amount to where we were, and that's going to create this really nice layer through the back. So let's just check that for now, how that's all sitting. We've got some really nice layers that are just sitting through there. We've kept that weight point and the length through there, as you can see, just nice and sort of floaty, but the length that we cut still reaches that bottom. We don't want this to reach the bottom. We want this to create layers. So layers are anything above 90 degrees. Up, straight up, we're going to take these so you can see. And where we're going to go is, we're going to go, what's that? 2.5 inches. That's what we're going to take off. And again, we're point cutting like that. And I'm just going to deep point cut, refining slightly, just to soften off a little bit more. But there we go. That's the first hidden ponytail that's going to create this volume in the crown, but disconnected, connected layers visually. Now, onto the front. We took this section or ponytail to the chin. So that's our shortest pieces there. So we know we're keeping all of that around the face. With the heavy fringe of a wolf cut, you can take it anything from the chin if you want to, but I would suggest anything from the nose to the brow. And we're going to go in between there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come down to the middle of the nose. So I'm not right on the tip. The tip's just there. My fingers are just there. So I'm going to bring up, and I'm just going to, again, point cut. Because why are we point cutting? Because we're creating softness, creating softer transition of layers or length. So there we go. I'm just working through. I could do it all in one with just a club cut, blunt cut, which is just bush like that. But I wanted to create a softer edge to this. And like all of my ponytail tutorials, I'm going to just pop a head off and just give it a little shake. So let's just show you this first. That's where that's sitting. So I pulled that down to there, pulled it straight out. Look at that already. Gives you beautiful layered face framing bangs, like so. I'm not going to quite style it just yet. I'm going to give it a little shake so we can just loosen it all up. But you can see there already, it looks absolutely banging. Second hidden ponytail. You want to see where that sits? Just there. And it just visually melts into the rest of the haircut. So let's just give it a little shake. So just a little shake. And let's just get rid of those partings. Make sure I get all that hair. You can see why this is trending on my channel at the minute, because it just creates a beautiful shape, being able to really sort of personalize it as well. Something that you could never achieve or never really understand just from when you cut off a ponytail. You need to understand where sectioning sit, where you cut it to and from to achieve haircuts. And that's why I really love to do these ponytail haircuts, because it's just instant visual for you. So you can see instantly, if I was to cut that off there, that length, where would it sit? How would it sit? If I was to elevate it, what would it do? If I was to cut it down here, what would it do? This is what it does. So let me know in the comments what you think. How cool is the hidden ponytail method? It's basically just replicating what I would do in the salon, but a very, very quick way. Obviously, the finish isn't to salon standard, but it gives you a really good idea. If you were thinking of, I need to learn shaggy haircuts, textured haircuts, I don't really know where to start. If I was to cut that off, would it be too short for my clients, or would it? If you're a stylist, jump on it. Jump on it and just have a play. Start to understand where you cut hair from and what length, and elevate it and don't elevate it. What could you achieve? But yeah, so that is the hidden ponytail, wolf cut, butterfly cut, kitty cut. You can achieve all different things by doing those sort of sections, but just cutting it slightly different. But yeah, look at her. She absolutely loves it. I'm going to leave this one here. You can join the next video where I'm going to be restyling it, but I'm going to be diffusing it. So if you want to see a curly version, jump over to that video. It's going to be exactly the same sectioning pattern. You'll probably see it all again, but you're going to see me finishing it that little bit differently. So if this has inspired you to get into doing this at home, and I mean hairdressers, having a go on your mannequins, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and click the join button. We've had a lot of new members as well recently, and what you get with memberships, I do a live every last Sunday of the month, where we just either go through bits or stuff like that. I think next one's gonna have to be the first Sunday of next month, because I'm actually working away this coming weekend, so I won't be here to do the live, but I will jump on a live on my shorts for members and everybody. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video.